Hey, what's up, guys? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me. And I decided to make a very brief channel update. Now, as you can imagine, things are very hectic over here, as I'm sure they're hectic on your side of the woods. It's just a shit show, guys. No joke. And I had a lot of things planned for Junkyard Fox for spring. A bunch of really cool projects, a bunch of cool videos. Unfortunately, either they're postponed for now or they're just outright canceled. With this whole quarantine in place, with this whole outbreak, there are bigger things at stake than filming videos. And unfortunately, as much as I love going out and having adventures and all that stuff, it's pretty much impossible at this point. As of midnight tonight, my town of El Paso, Texas is basically strict, stay at home, unless you have some essentials, like you gotta go get groceries. Anything other than that, you can get in trouble, facing up to 180 days in jail or paying a hefty fine. So all our adventures, fishing and trapping and all that stuff, it's not going to happen for some time. This morning, Cuervo and I actually went fishing in New Mexico, and the lake itself, the entrance was barricaded. I mean, they're just... New Mexico now is on lockdown as well because of all the outbreaks. So... yeah, crazy times we're living in. Unfortunately, some of the videos that I was really excited to make are going to have to wait. Like this video right here, the review on the Exodus Adventure Craft knife, which, at first I didn't really comprehend, and now I really enjoy it. And that's the reason we went fishing, because what I had planned for this knife is to catch a couple trout. Of course, we're going to gut them and then process some food. Baton and feather stick, all that good stuff to show what it's capable of. Unfortunately, there are bigger things at hand right now than filming this video, so it's gonna have to wait unless you guys really want me to improvise something here at the house, which once again I find rather boring. But you got to play the hand that you're dealt. So Exodus Adventure Craft video is delayed for now. So sorry, Jacob. And cruel irony is that I actually went and caught trout 2 weeks ago. Believe it or not, Cuervo and I are not attached at the hip. We actually live pretty far apart from each other. Our schedules are pretty different. So it takes a lot of effort for us to sync and, hey, we're going to go on this one day to film and travel over here and do all this stuff. So it takes a lot of effort for that. And one day when we just couldn't, I decided to just take a day trip for myself and just go enjoy myself and go fishing. And I caught good sized trout. And yeah, I just wasn't able to film. It was just a day trip for me. And then a week later, I go with Cuervo, not a bite. We just came back empty handed. So that's just cruel irony. But once again, this is going to have to be postponed for now. Other than that, we had a camping trip planned, and of course I really love filming our camping trips. Now, I know that they're not big videos for Junkyard Fox, but I really enjoy them because I love camping, and I love sharing the adventure with you. And of course, I'm making memories. One day I enjoy looking back at those videos more than anything else, and more than anything else that we've filmed. But camping's not in the cards right now, unfortunately, so that's going to have to wait. This year, we're also going to do a lot of merchandise. Now, I mean, we are going to be complete sellouts. I mean, we were going Krusty the Clown mode this year. We had planned to make bandanas. You guys have been asking us to make bandanas for years. Now, reason we haven't done that is because they were very expensive. The first and only batch of bandanas that we made for Junkyard Fox cost me, honestly, in total about $350. I didn't make any profit. We didn't even make half the money back. But back then, I was just a little bit more financially comfortable. Fast forward to now, things have changed. I have been I've been separated and all this stuff. And I just I didn't have that kind of money, so I just didn't want to do it. But this year, I was really excited, and I really wanted to do it. And plus, we have some patrons that help out with with expenses, and we wanted to pay them back, with the bandana. But if the economy is not in shambles now, it is about to be, and people are out of jobs, and all this stuff, and you can't even use the bandanas the way they were meant to be used, out in the wilderness or roughing it out, or in adventures. So Yeah, merch has to wait. We had bandanas planned, t-shirts planned, coffee mugs planned, patches. All that's either standstill or outright completely canceled because, what can we do? There are bigger things happening above us, and they just get in the way. So yeah, so videos are on setback, are on postponed. Merchandise is postponed. We had a bug out bag, a very big bug out bag project planned, and that's gonna have to wait. I might still do that, though it's not gonna be as adventurous as what we had planned. Now, before somebody starts jumping on here and saying that I'm jumping on a trend of, because of the virus that, I'm jumping with bug out things and prepping. Actually, if you go back to the first video we filmed this year, the top 5 Junkyard Fox videos of 2019, I mentioned the things that were going to come for 2020. And one of them was, I was going to deal with a lot of prepping this year. So that was already planned. In fact, I'm going to play that clip right now.
Oh, and prepping too. There's definitely one thing that I do think that we neglect a lot in this channel is prepping, the concept of prepping. So this year we're definitely thinking of, setting up bug out bags and doing mock bug out scenarios and talking about emergency foods and this and that. So we'll be delving into that this year as well.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the future of Junkyard Fox for the time being. Now, I still want to make videos, but understand that I am very limited to certain things I can do. Of course, I can't even leave my house, basically. So it's, I still want to make good videos. I don't want to make filler content. I don't want to make boring content that you don't want to see. But, I mean, keep this in mind, guys. I named the channel Junkyard Fox because I very much admire the fox. It is an adaptable animal. It is not the strongest. It is not the one with the sharpest teeth or the biggest claws, but it adapts well. And I like to think that I'm an adaptable person and I'm an adaptable storyteller. So I'm still going to be making content. Now, like I said, I'm going to make a garden. The garden, homesteading has been something that has been on my to-do list for years. I just lack the discipline to stay still for a long time. I just right away want to run out that door and go fishing and camping and all that stuff. But your home is your base, your headquarters, it's your sanctuary. So in a way, there's a blessing in disguise here because I really do need to make that garden. And now more than ever, in this economy, in these uncertain times, just having a little bit of a guarantee with food is going to go a long way. So I might film my process in gardening, and of course, fingers crossed, the gardening thing works, and now I can make videos on canning and pickling. If you guys are interested. If you guys are not, feel free to try them on down below. I'm not going to make stuff that you guys don't want to watch. So I definitely want to do some homesteading. Hell, I might still do some camping, to be honest. There's a vacant lot next door, like I said earlier. Just for the sweet illusion, I'm tempted to just go set up my tent and my sleeping bag and make a small meal out there and, just to witness the stars above me, because that brings me so much peace. And I know I'm going to go crazy stuck inside a house. So I might do that. And let me know what other ideas you guys have for me to do. I could do knife reviews. Like I said, I was planning to do a lot of prepping this year, so I do have a deal with my patriotsupply.com. So they sent me a lot of their emergency foods, their dehydrated meals. So I'm gonna be testing those out. So I might be doing like videos on taste tests on which ones taste better, the different stuff. So let me know once again down below. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah. So channel update. The world is in fucking chaos. But I still want to make good stuff, and I still want to film videos because, honestly, I want to give you guys some kind of comfort, and at the same time, this keeps me sane as well. I'm a storyteller. Without storytelling, I would go insane. Now, I know that this is a bumpy ride, guys. I know it is frightening. It is uncertain. We don't know how it's going to end. We don't know when it's going to end, and I get that. However, hopefully, now I may be the foolish optimist here, but I think after all this, we're going to come out stronger as a species, as a whole. Things that we have been taken for granted for hundreds of years, self-reliance, being outdoors, the simple fact of being beneath the stars at night and enjoying a fire in the middle of the woods. things like that that the majority of the world has forgotten. Things that us in this genre, in this little bubble of homesteaders and hunters and fishermen and primitive fire makers, all this stuff, things that we value that the world has forgotten, they will be reminded of that. And maybe we ourselves have forgotten about that, because I know sometimes, you know, I get carried away with things. I get carried away with products to buy and stuff like that. And this is a good reminder that, you know what, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what knife you have or what pack you're, you know, and none of that. You just miss the outdoors. You miss the stars, you know, above you. You miss a warm campfire. You miss the ability to understand, you know, like, hey, I want to catch my own food. I identify that plant that I can't even see anymore. So I think, honestly, that we're going to come out wiser as a whole and be a little bit more resourceful and respectful. So not trying to sound too much like a hippie here, but hopefully, fingers crossed. So hang in there, guys. That's about the conclusion of this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and comment below with any ideas for future content. And hang in there. We're going to be fine. Now don't go outside. And don't get your boots dirty.